Yeah, with Bustio coming in and also Zix, they're both from EG, so they both kind of have like the same philosophy or ideas on how we should play the game. They're pretty adamant on having everyone comfortable and having everyone. They encourage people to go for like higher risk plays, because in this game, if you try to play too perfect, then that's not how you play the game correctly. Honestly, I think it's something we learned from last year. So this year we're trying to put more focus on people who are more comfortable to make plays and play it how they want to, kind of thing.
It was a change in philosophy for the core of the 100 Thieves lineup, but that change brought them a victory, and a dominating one at that. A 13-3 conclusion on Split, and frankly, 100 Thieves looked like they were just vibing out there, man.
And what he was talking about was like completely apparent in how they were playing. You're talking vibing because it was looking easy, but they were just like walking and taking space. The amount of utility they had at their disposal for any sort of early or mid-round aggression was just insane. And like they were saying, they were playing completely confident, opening up for big fights.
And I love their commitment to the Gecko on both maps we watched thus far, because I think that agent fits that style so well. You re-clear space together with your Wraith, pick up your util, you do it again. Bustio was so proactive on the defensive side to get information and on attack as well. I think when you're playing that agent and you're always being able to get space, recover your utility to take more, it works so well for an IGL like him who loves to be in the front, taking fights, making those plays happen. And I mean, it shows in the scoreline 13-3. What a recovery from that first map.
And obviously everything was going well, but the retakes in particular. 100 Thieves winning 3 of the 5 retakes that they went for. It was just absolutely money. Again, there's nowhere to actually comfortably play on site because of the overwhelming levels of utility, from paint shells to the Gecko spit just going all over the ground. You have Wingman to help defuse. It's just nuts.
And I didn't like it as much on the first map, but I really thought that that Fade Gecko kind of double initiator combo really shined here. They had a lot of nice lineups where they'd throw the Fade Eye on one side, the Gecko Dizzy on the other, and make it really tough to break one of those. And at the same time, the Raze is double satchelating and Mollies are coming in. It was clear that, well, this stuff was practiced and drilled. A lot of it was also kind of done on the fly. The coordination was there to be able to adapt these plays to whichever space they needed to take, which I thought was missing from 100 Thieves last year.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it's so clear now that this team getting that confidence, that win under the belt on stage, that's got to feel great for them. But the job's not done yet for 100 Thieves, and far from done as well for Leviatán. But though, to shine light on some of these players here, Asuna EU certainly have been very impressive throughout. I mean, EU, no shocker there. Young rookie here looking to make his name. But
the fakest rookie of all time. This guy literally played Fade in Tier 1 on this map before with NRG. Honestly, it was so cool to see him back on the agent, comboing well with Asuna. And in particular, it was these mid-round fights into mid that were so dominant. The Gecko Flash came in and helped them out, but it was really Asuna and EU that were putting themselves in the fights first and foremost, and they just dropped a massive one.
And a lot of people critique Asuna for his inconsistency and struggles when he's trying to flex around on a bunch of different agents, but sometimes you get a map like this where he gets to play his Raze. It's almost always that Raze that he looks so good on. And again, going back to that interview, that's what we've been waiting for with 100 Thieves. Give Asuna the freedom to make these plays, to double satchel forward, to have his initiators there behind him. It was all clicking so well on that last map.
And that is the turnaround, right? Because we talked to Zix after that first game disappointing loss, and he said, yeah, the things that we were doing well, we just weren't. It was about the micro adjustments, about playing well together. And boy, were they in sync on that second map of Split.
And honestly, my bet is that between maps, it was Bustio and Zix going out there just like Ron is, hey, we're good. We're here for a reason. We can go out there, we can frag, we can take these risks, and they brought that into Split, and it looked great. But they still have to close out the series, and there is still time for Lev to recover on Icebox.
Yeah, and let's actually go ahead and talk about Icebox then. That's going to be our third map, the decider here in this awesome series that we've been treated to thus far. First time we're going to be seeing, first time we're going to be seeing it. I'm excited, curious to see how the changes impact things, to see what compositions we bring to the table here, Ender.
The changes are so good. And also, right when Icebox got taken out of the pool, that was right when Harbor was drawn. dropped and people were finally starting to have some different ideas of how to approach this map, we're now living in a world where the best comps, in my opinion, it's Harbor and it's Viper, and it is heavy control that you have to work with.
And we saw that played in the offseason from 100 Thieves. I also think I maybe got a snake.
Wait, hold on, but
maybe a Gecko there?
A Gecko?
I don't know. They seem to be liking it. And I think Gecko is so
I just feel like when you dye your hair that color, you got to commit.
Yeah, and I also love him on this map on attack, because similar issues to Split, where it can be really hard to invest that person and get the spike down, where util stall is so good to deny it. Pop down a Harbor Cove, send your little guy in, and then everyone else can have guns out to be fighting forward and take space back site. It's so good.
It's literally like this map, you had to play Sage back in the day because that was the only way to plant the spike on B.
Shackles are off.
Yeah, literally. So now you have Harbor, you have Gecko, all those options.
Sage main's in shambles right now.
No, literally. Sage this was her map, and now there's just better options. You can still play the Sage comp, but I don't think it's going to be super popular. If anything, I think Harbor plus Viper is so good because it allows you so much more control on the B side.
Osmos on Reyna.
Osmos
on Reyna.
I've been seeing this, and I do think it's good. Basically, Jet priority has fallen off a little bit. I think most teams will still play the Jet, but because of the changes in B main, Jet doesn't have the same mobility and ability to dominate that area of space, and the Reyna can be very annoying and disrespecting multi-smoke comps just walking on through it.
That's so cool. It's Osmos on Reyna. He's going to shoot them.
Yeah.
He's going to shoot them very well, is my hope from Leviatán. But yeah, legitimately, his flashes are...
Also, Asuna on the Gecko.
Yeah,
as well.
He's played it before.
Yeah,
He's a flexible player, willing to switch on over, which means we get to see Cryo back on his Jet, which is going to be cool to see.
And the interesting thing here, similar to Icebox we saw in the past, is there's not a ton of dedicated flash agents. You have the shooting flash agents that are coming out, and that's because A site, there's so many areas to hide away so you don't get full on hit. The blind of a Dizzy or a Reyna, much more effective than your typical KO stuff.
100 Thieves is giving up the Harbor or the Sage with this comp. If they are not fighting forward together and really well coordinated, they could get punished to not have that defense when trying to plant the spike or retake.
Well, it's time for map 3, and the winner moves on to face Loud next week. And look, listen, Riot Games Arena, I know it's a little late, but make some noise as we get ready for this matchup. We send it back over to Ribbon Vans.
Thank you, GB, and definitely Rivington. You can see that these two teams have been working hard right now throughout the offseason to come out with something quite interesting now on Icebox for map number 3. I'm loving the Harbor on one side here for Leviatán, but on the other end, bringing in a Gecko out. Mimi talked about it. Asuna played it before back when 100 Thieves were playing very strongly on Haven, Rip Haven. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see this Gecko on Icebox.
Rip Haven. I'm excited to see what happens if we get our first Icebox here, how people are going to play it. Teams revealing that in their plays, it's a little bit harder for the defense to hold that early part of B, to get control of what coming through mid, underneath, a little more room so you're not bumping your teammates, all the stuff you want to get in that quality of life when you're getting in there and making a game as volatile as this. We're in and we're towards A here for 100 Thieves on attack first.
And quick, Cryo playing back in the Jet, First Blood. Back in the comfort zone for 100 Thieves on the attack of Icebox. Instantly, the rest of Leviatán are pulling back. In the A site, the 3 players, one with a rotate for the support. I'm just waiting here for 100 Thieves to find a better timing to hit the site.
They'll push in soon. There it is. It's got to be off that Cryo cells pushing, breaking the crosshairs, breaking everything, but the whole team is in the same spot. They got to get back to defensive spots or keep pushing forward.
Yeah, and I love it. Oh, Mazzino's trying to find a timing shot darts to get some damage as well. Calm gets the pick with the Ghost. And even a third for the map. Only 2 players left alive. Backstab from Tex in the front of 410. And wow, that was a quick retake from Leviatán.
Fish in a barrel. 100 Thieves is the fish. A was the barrel. Leviatán coming right in. 100 Thieves didn't have a chance to spread out, get themselves into position and figure out what could be a defensive position. Holy moly, that was quick from 100 Thieves, or sorry, Leviatán to come in and take out 100 Thieves. Defuse there. And we'll see how else they can get in. We know now Cryo Cells is going to be the spear of this one, as we would expect. In and out, trying to do what he can to get across these ropes. And I love just to bring up as well as we're getting around to the Aspas Reyna, right? We remember this is almost to be Asuna's playground on Reyna back in the day. So well, Asuna's got that kind of inkling of what Aspas may want to do here.
The good old Asuna playing the Reina against what we know was like M3C back then, right? Come back on the Asuna.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, once upon a time.
They go towards A once again. A lot of contact play here coming out from 100 Thieves to start off. Dodging out on these sonar bolts.
Okay, an instant dink onto Asuna. And at the same time, we have an outlaw coming out from comms, and this is a pretty good weapon to play with. The crossover from Belt could do a lot of damage, and it starts with a Dizzy out wall to deny the push through. Again, a combination from the shock darts. Benzino playing towards the dice.
One enemy remaining.
The support's there. No opportunities for 100 Thieves to move in even for a plant. Oh, okay. Until this right click comes out from Bang, though. 2 players left alive. Gets the time on the other one. Oh, that's the 4th. Has to clutch it. The backstep from King. That could have hurt Leviatán, but at least it could breathe a little bit.
Oh my gosh, down to the wire there, King, with a beautiful flank, as well as something 100 Thieves is going to keep in the back of their mind, that round was won by King coming around from Nest. So that push positioning is something they look for, but Mazine here, beautiful job inside sight, collecting multiple kills as well. Get that reckoning up early. It's going to be impossible for 100 Thieves to want to take an A site this enclosed. So close to getting it. You can see what it meant to Bang. Mentioned it before. He is so good on the pistol rounds and only snuffed out at the end there.
Wait, the recon was missed, so this allows Leviatán to move forward and get the pick onto Bustio and dismiss away. Cascade even to allow for Leviatán to pull back and play the numbers advantage.
You did good. Slow movement to pipes. A bit of noise being made here, but they're setting up for the protocol. The one wall after the other. I like the constant delay here from the Harbor with the Viper wall going down, but it's not going to stop 100 Thieves.
Running through, slowed down by the high tide util on both ends.
One enemy remaining.
Good for the 2 for 2, but overall, a plant from the wingman, EU alone. Unaware of a flank, trying to look back. He has actually no information on where the players are except for one. Jumping on the top of heaven, in the back of the A side. And that bubble is going to make it so difficult. Aspas, his own 4 kill in round number 3.
And the Empress is online, too, once they get into this round. So bonus grab there. 100 Thieves is getting to the site. Post-plant for Leviatán, though, is just too strong at the moment. 2 diffuses there, one just all-out frag round in round 2. Man, entries into the site, they're getting them from so far away without having to consider the trade, without losing members or even health. And man, Aspas already feeling good at 5-1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way up the board, everybody participating here for Lev with some frags. And looks like we get round 4. It's going to be the first hit towards B for 100 Thieves here. Maybe a little orb control and just creeping around to work the map a little more than just A here.
Late orb just dropped. That'll be a call for Leviatán to know that the leans towards this B side, so that's the instant rotate from Leviatán too. Beautiful Hunter's Fury, pings on a few, kill on 1. And an early advantage for Leviatán to make it easier for the retake.
Plant under safety. 1 Viper's bite to be shot off yellow if you need to. Or that.
Oh! Saw the Empress of Aspas who was trying to get that off angle, but Mazina was there for the support from the kitchen. Reckoning out to try to deny that pit. that got popped out here on the attack from Bang. Staying alive. Shot darts coming through. There's the snake bites you were talking about, Riv. That's denying and delaying that defuse to happen. But Mazzino and King push forward and drop two. Includes the pit. EU in the back. Sprays on the first. Trying to get it through the dome. But then the other three from Leviatán closes in from all different angles. And they're continuing for as 100 Thieves are scoreless.
Leviatán, so calm in these takes. Another post-plant hit. I think the mix-up here for 100 Thieves was the fact that, yeah, pit went down. It looked like great defense, but outside the pit, they tried to thrash. Thrash didn't hit anything. They come up with no return on investment there. They're kind of left wondering how much Leviatán is then going to be encompassing the rest of that pit. It really just allowed Leviatán to get closer and closer before making their execute. This is going to be a timeout for 100 Thieves here. Clean play from Leviatán, even after taking such a hit we just saw on Split. They shake it off and they come out strong here on map 3 of Icebox.
Yeah, it seems to be very annoying to play against this double controller that Leviatán's been using towards this A side. If it's not to decay through, they're getting slowed down from combination of utility. And I mean, Com's continuing being so good on his utility. Shock darts after shock darts to do chip damage to kills, and Hunter's Fury to support across the map as well.
Right.
100 Thieves had to figure out a way here to maybe bait out this utility as well.
I think that's a great point, because I was going to say, okay, what's the way to do this, right? Mid gets very scary with the amount of openings, so we haven't really seen anybody tempt that. 2 set up for it? No, the turret goes back down. So 100 Thieves still going to work the extremities here. The slow play towards A continuously, think it just meets the Viper wall, then meets a Harbor wall, and 100 Thieves will still push through that. The problem is finding the angles Leviatán is protecting each other on right now. So it's going to come up to where they get these sonar bolts, or at least a drone, when they get the chance to use it here from the side of 100 Thieves. Default play, seeing what the pushes are and who might be playing in what site here. They're just going for info. They don't want to go 5 down at this point.
Leviatán's covering all stops after the yellow drone that Bang thought that he was able to avoid, and the alarm bot already goes down from text, pushed all the way forward so that they could get information if somebody's trying to creep towards the pipes. But as it gets broken, 100 Thieves are falling back to group together towards the A site. There's still 2 players here of Lev. High-low on the top of 410. Aljon to come out and trying to get a timing. They miss it, but at least Aspas is still up there to get the headshot into crowd to dismiss away.
Ready for the contact plays. Just open on these angles. Up, elevated, down low, covering each other. Walls up. Expect the Harbor wall to come up after this if they haven't already.
But they're leaving EU behind, so he might try to go for a lurk or for a fake. And I'm assuming he's just going to wait for the rotate to come out to go for the backstab as the rest of 100 Thieves are moving towards the B site. There's still utility to delay at that spot, though, so this is going to be still difficult for 100 Thieves to hit.
Here come Lev. They start to transfer over as well. Game of cat and mouse for EU and Aspas.
He's feeling it, though. Aspas was waiting the whole time, but the Stinger, quick shots, is even better. Plan attempt to come down with success as the wall comes down onto defense. Tit for tat as we go towards the B site. The numbers, oh, that push coming through from the Stinger. Com is now alone. Big recon dart. Second one to come out on the attack. He does isolate that first kill onto Asa and knows that EU's so far behind, and EU has the Hunter's Fury, low on HP. Looking for the cover. Com gets the pick. Leviatán now have 5 unanswered.
Transitioning so well. The mid-round calling right now. Coming in from King here to get back into this round. The A, whoever was on A for Lev, letting them know no one's here. The mid-round call to get back to B. And being one of the last alive, Com knows exactly what to do in those situations, being such a good lurker. 3 defuses come in now as we see this retake back onto the site. And Leviatán will not allow 100 Thieves to get away with a round just yet. And that had to be a call, too. They'd be like, he's won. True one. So Com backs up, takes a shot. Good team communication for the Red Bull clutch.
Yeah. And smart for EU. Who would have thought maybe you use that Hunter's Fury at that point, but you're on a 1v1, you're so far away, Com can get it halfway. You're just staying behind as the clock is still dwindling down, so you're saving for this round here. 100 Thieves still have a full rifle round to work with. There's a little bit of chip damage done, probably from some utility on the defense now. Asna and Krauslaus gets a little bit of that chipped away. Aldron for deep information, it's not there. To see that 100 Thieves are recrossing towards the A site.
EU's Hunter's Fury is there. I could almost see using this towards screen as the team hits right side of sight. Just something early unless they want it for that post plant. It's been so tough to lock down. Com gets it. Relays to the team that they might be taking a hit towards A, so they go high for the sonar bolt.
And Asna used the Gecko to fake that he was actually going for a plant towards the A site. And that still pulled some defenders from Leviatán towards A. So that weakens up B, but it's still King and Tex here. Still utility that they have with the Viper and the KJ to delay. There's that tap attempt. There's the bang push forward to drop Mazzino. Beautiful recon dart. And a Hunter's Fury on the attack. Does get the ping and the kill onto King. Meanwhile, though, we had some replies out. Off in the hands of Aspas, who gets another one onto EU. An opportunity to play the time, the quick lurk, the late lurk from Boostio to eliminate the op and leave Com alone once again. Recon just popped up. But Using that will give his position away and allow Austin and Boostio to get some great position on the pulse plant. There's that first recon. It does get the ping. Trying to force out Boostio, who just wins that 1v1. And 100 Thieves, they finally get an attacking round.
It took them quite a bit, but they still have lockdown now coming out of that, which is a big boon because it seems like it's requiring everything in the arsenal to make it count against Leviatán right now. The back and forth to the site, giving 100 Thieves a little more information on how Lev want to rotate, what positions they might be in. That being the first push through, not that, but the operator on Aspas, we saw Boostio take him down with the first push through of Kitchen for 100 Thieves. So they're encroaching new territory, and they're trying to take different paths to these sites. Looks like they're gonna meet a little bit of trouble here at B, guarding that orb, but also not letting 100 Thieves through with a Viper's Pit.
Yeah, they got to work with 2 new layers now for 100 Thieves. Playing against the Pit in this composition and also playing against Aspas's op.
Lockdown?
Yeah, we're trying to work towards the lockdown here. This is actually really good. That's going to bait out Tex to try to move forward. Clock comes in, the others are going to spray out. Still gets the contact, runs out of bullets. Cry with the updraft, drops down to trade it right off. And that allows for the lockdown to stay up and for 100 Thieves to maybe push forward. But there's no wall there to try to push. Bang gets picked off here by Com.
Ready for that push through tunnel.
Oh!
Fast fingers from Wingman. Cryo goes down though.
Cryo actually takes King down as we were able to get that plan reckoning out on a defense from Mazzino. We will get information towards Yellow, but it's up to Cryo right here at the bottom of the B side, jumping up and glance it onto Mazzino. One more to go as the Thrash pushes forward. Com is trying to run away, and Cryocells is trying to go on a hunt. Wallbang misses. Com so far has escaped. No ace for Cryocells, but 100 Thieves will get the round.
That's wild. What does it look like when a person who usually uses an operator jumps with a Vandal? It looks like that. Oh my gosh, the tried and true play. Never really seen somebody try to stray free position like that with a Vandal peak, but Cryocells will. Comes up with the frag. Com's forced to run 3 living. Now 400 Thieves as we come into round 8. And Cryo's going to have Blade Storm off of this. Finally, not on the smokes. Feeling a little bit. Able to put that pressure out. There's one of our first lurks as well through tunnel. They got up there. Boostio was able to get in that position through mid last time. But yeah, really pushing themselves into different spots. Leviatán was just getting full frontal hits at A and B, and they were shutting 100 Thieves down. So it's nice to see 100 Thieves try to take a few different paths and get around this Lev defense.
2 hero rifles this round, 1 purchase, and it's a glass Vandal pretty much for Aspas. Looking for a pick and to get the Empress just to get some armor back in his favor and add some pressure on this defensive hold on the B side where 100 Thieves are currently walking towards 2.
Quiet. Aspas really not making too much noise just yet, but he has to with the utility coming at him.
His teammate fell down, so it's up to him alone. And right now, 400 Thieves, they want to play their discipline because they've used the Sova utility already, and with that timing, the dash forward to just instill some fear into Aspas to allow then for the rest of 100 Thieves to move forward and get the plant in the B site. Okay, deniability out of that one. Com with that same rifle does get a pick. Another 3 versus 1. And it gets traded out here by Boostio as he drops EU.
So we go to B. Another good round at B. Takes 100 Thieves a little bit of time to figure it out, but I like your call as well. Cryocells doing the dash. Aspas was looking left of Yellow, right of Yellow, and he actually finds Boostio just doing a bit of a swing on his right side. So yeah, playing the mind games to really throw off their opponents, and they were looking at Yellow the whole time, ready for a kill there. Nice mosh too. That mosh came from Boostio inside sight, so he was able to arc that all the way over the plant spot back into that area in mid or where they would come from. Really nicely done to set up the denial onto Leviatán. Now Lev looking for an answer. Back on a gun round. They had 5 strong in a row and now cannot seem to find an answer once the spike is planted. Maybe it'll be those first frags we saw coming out on Bind that helped them get so much control in the round.
Slow things down on a high tide, and then Com recon darted towards the A site and then booked right away to pick up the orb towards A, so denies it from 100 Thieves. After the high tide comes down though for the defense, 100 Thieves are starting to work out towards B. Aspas, noticing this pressure, falls back. He's now waiting for his teammates.
Quite a just bit of util drone and Dizzy to take that area, grab the orb, and head out. Bladestorm still available if they want it, as they continue to stack these orbs up. I think Asuna is grabbing quite a few to get that Thrash back up. Spikes with him, why not? You're going to plant for Wingman and get some more orbs here as they set up onto A. Great job by Boostio to get himself in position.
Instant lockdown comes down before the plan even comes through. Beautiful Dizzy, but no kill! That doesn't allow for them to break the lockdown. EU gets a shot guard kill, Molly on top of it. Is it going to be enough time to break it? Nope. Asuna gets the team, but at least the plant went down no matter what. 4 versus 4 for the retake. Mazzino, close angle in the front of 410. The bubble to go for the diffuser. Support across. EU with the shot guard lands right in the bubble, and Mazzino's able to dodge that. Retap, not available yet. Asuna's adding a lot of pressure here. Another high tide coming up. And now as we start sticking that spike, Recon Dart coming through. Asuna just trying to get a spray. But it's too little too late. It did work out for a bit as we were decaying from the snake bite, but Leviatán will get the defuse no matter what.
So much chaos in these rounds with that many people alive, and that's what it took from Lev, kind of pushing themselves and wedging them into the 100 Thieves strategy to get in front of them once they got the spike down. This one is just unfortunate. You think you hit enough shots and pull away at the last second. It was not enough, as we see. Heavily plays into that round, actually.
Yeah.
And that's a defuse for Leviatán. So a bit of an error there is going to put it a little swing back in their favor. The money's still good around for full buys. Cryo's going to wait on that, though. He's only going to go for this hit. I actually think he has a weaponry. He dropped one from what it looks like.
Cryo with Bladestorm high tide out on the defense once again. So Leviatán seeing that continuous pressure out from 100 Thieves to start off the round towards B. They add power of numbers and even aggression. All of these jumps are being heard.
So far forward.
Dizzy. Never expected Aspas on the top, but it's good enough for the trade at least. But King actually lurked behind it. The Owl Drone gets denied, but they still don't have that information on King. Asuna's looking to clear it. The timing on this one, and Asuna will find it.
Absurd.
Comes from bottom. Bang gets to 2. Definitely absurd. It came down to timing on both sides, both camps. But the advantage for 100 Thieves no matter what.
This is wild, Van Silly. Oh, just a plant again. Almost a denial, but Wingman coming through here for Boostio. Or Asuna, rather.
Found them. Killed my bot.
Oh, my word.
Swarm grenade out.
Looks like they hold it.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot at this point. The alarm bot knowing that somebody's trying to pinch behind him. Look at the economy that he currently has. I mean, it's going to be decent for the rest of Leviatán, but not for him if he's not able to save this weapon. And he's pinned within the radius of that spike now. As Bang wants to play it safe at the same time, regrouping with his teammates. You know, at the end, the spike's going to go off, and 100 Thieves are finally enough starting to find some light here on the successes on his B side.
Yeah, B side, the initial hit does work. If it doesn't, the second hit is A. We're not seeing the initial A hit come to fruition at all here for 100 Thieves. So they've liked the chances they have at B. If they find that first frag or they get enough of a push off and figure out who's there, they then make a mid-round call if there's no frag. So we kind of see that being rinse and repeat here for 100 Thieves now that they've figured out what is working for them. A few rounds brought a few of the members into kitchen. Have not really seen 100 Thieves venture back into that. They're staying behind each other to anchor these frags on the outsides of the map. This is going to bring up a Leviatán timeout. It is going to be a lower buy for them as they come into this round, just slightly. Still some Vandals there, but a Stinger is in the mix, so could make the difference.
Yeah, and so far, when you're looking at Leviatán playing this map on the defense, yes, are able to delay as much as you can towards this B side, towards the A side. But really, the only thing they've been doing for taking mid control or getting information is just calm owl droning at like that 1 minute mark to try to find if there's going to be some sort of rotate across. But in the end, maybe you want to try to add a little bit more of that pressure because it really seems like 100 Thieves are working towards these extremities. So this time out from Leviatán, I want to see if there's going to be a little bit more of that aggression to fight back. And when that hit comes through, at least on those extremities, if you might want to go for those early flanks. Because 100 Thieves are doing quite good here, at least in these moments in the past few rounds. Capitalizing, as you can see now from the history, the 4 rounds of the past 5 to really make this a close game now in the first half.
Absolutely. I mean, look at just the frags on the scoreboard. Much more measured game than what we've had in the previous 2 maps, right? Everybody's needed for this one. You don't just have a top fragger pulling out the first bloods and wins on the round. Round 11. A few more seconds before we dive into this. Again, the 3-2 split. 100 Thieves start with this same bit of organization on the defense, on their attack rather.
But for Leviatán, they're trying to give the tell for 100 Thieves that they're still doing the same thing towards the pressure on the B side, but there's only one player there with that high tide. The rest of them were pressuring for the Allen drone, pressure out towards the A side too, and give Calm a Hunter's Fury in the mid round.
Now Calm plays basically Boiler, middle of the map, so he can affect both sides, and they're Leviatán's free to just hang.
And there's that pressure on middle. Calm going for the gamble with the Hunter's Fury up towards that B side. It works out for the first kill. Tex falls though with that pressure he wanted to add towards mid. So game plan was there, but it's still read by 100 Thieves. Thrash pushing forward, one detained, but it's a bait the whole time. King with the headshot, a second one onto EU. The plan attempted by the wingman. Gets denied. Pit comes out on the attack, but it's Bang alone on a 4 versus 1. Could edge around the pit here at yellow. Does get the headshot onto Mazzino. Now Reed picks up the spike. Tap on the spike to go around towards the back of the site, but Aspas is there.
Good thought coming in from Bang. Nice read from Leviatán. Again, the 2-3 ends at B. They found a bit of that aggression going in, and I think, I mean, once you rightly called it, Calm was going to ult them. 100 Thieves was forced to stick with what they were going with. So much chaos was caused by that. What a quick play. Just a drone up into A, and that Hunter's Fury from across the map helps to solidify it around here. Also from King. They had a VIP protection in Nest there for the squad, so really nice job to help Mazzino stay alive. Reckoning is ready. 100 Thieves gonna have a tough time if they go towards A, but Hunter's Fury start again.
First gets a ping. Aspas is low at 80, but cannot connect with the final frag. Actually, it seems as though Aspas broke his legs to get that damage, avoiding the Hunter's Fury. But for 100 Thieves, not impressed by it. It's want to continue the hit towards the A site. Wingman will be able to get that plant. Reckoning available, used right away for Leviatán. Recon dart from Calm does get the ping as 100 Thieves are trying to fall back to play that pulse plant. Reckoning gets so much information and dazes a few, but Busio doesn't care. Pushes forward with the stinger. Aspas to return the favor. Krell looking for the timing in front of that generator. High tide to come up. The bubble with the defuse. The crowd moves forward. The bubble disappears, and EU on the top of the high tide. Headshot into Mazzino. Looking good here for the post plan. Aspas with the Empress. Recon dart, he breaks it, but he knows one's at the top. Should be a high-low swing very soon. Actually, it's a lurk around. Gets that first pick. There's no time left on that spike, no matter what. 100 Thieves will be able to get the 5th of the half.
Not a score line you thought you would see after 5 straight rounds go to Leviatán in the beginning. And then 100 Thieves start to split the map. They play it a little slower. They start working off a lot of the ultimates that they have perfectly. Really well done to figure out a way back into this game, because it looked like Lev could have just run away with it.
Yeah. It definitely looked like it was one-sided, but good on 100 Thieves to be able to fight back despite one of those small mistakes. So to finish at 7-5, you'd be happy as 100 Thieves fan. But now with the halftime ahead of today's match, we spoke with King about Leviatán's international roster and what it means for in-game comms.
Bueno, obviamente el tema del idioma creo que fue algo que se discutió bastante en el off-season. Ya que estábamos entre optar por algún equipo solo de hablar español o dar el paso adelante en inglés. Obviamente el inglés era mucho más arriesgado, pero creíamos que era la decisión correcta. Hasta ahora no hemos jugado, pero sí siento que fue lo correcto. Y las personas que no son nativas en inglés, siempre tuvimos un muy buen nivel. Yo me considero con un buen nivel de inglés. Aspa y Mazzino también tienen muy buen nivel y nada, no somos expertos nativos, pero nos podemos comunicar bastante bien, no solo dentro del juego, sino que también fuera del mismo, así que nada, por eso digo que la química ha sido bastante buena realmente.
Yeah, it definitely looks like there's no issues towards the comms. I mean, they've been working together throughout their offseason for a long time, right? I mean, you look at Tex on top of that, he's even traveled to LATAM to learn the culture and see what it was like and to be comfortable, you know, with a brand new team that could potentially face those comm issues. And then they went for a full boot camp out in Europe to work on that communication, even to work on different strategies. And I mean, it's paying off so far where we're seeing a lot of different looks from Leviatán this time around compared to last season of the VCT Americas. The 100 Thieves have done the same. Roster changes, new coach, working through a new strat book. We see nothing but good series so far.
Less saving.
Definitely less saving for Leviatán. I will agree with that. I will agree with that. It seems like it's gone on to other teams that we saw yesterday.
This is true. This is very true. We did have a lot of 3-4 saves yesterday, interestingly enough. Looking to get into this one. 10 seconds before we get into second half here. Going for another full 3 maps. And I gotta love it. 100 Thieves versus Leviatán. Now 100 Thieves on the defensive side. The Levs looks like they want mid right away. Main Street is theirs.
It's quick, but Vecino's there with the frenzy. Jump surprise onto Cryo, who is ready, or at least trying to be ready to get the first blood. Instead, it's in favor of Leviatán. Both cascades being used, and realizing that the A side is open because Calm pushed forward in that area. He goes for the plant.
Very quick. A lot of commotion mid. Draws everyone out of the site for a bit of a retake play now for 100 Thieves. Something they're very used to. But is that util there? They do have... No, they don't have an EU util for the Sova. So this could be a little bit more tough to play contact in off of Dizzy.
Dizzy, but they have Shuris on a retake too. Bustio and EU with that one. Bustio pushing forward, knows they can hold W, and he's good on these usually. He knows that there's one on either end. There's that first pick, a second one supported, and there's that third! Supported from EU, they're trying to drop down the players of Leviatán. There's only 2 players remaining. Oh, that ball! As Wingman will be the 6th man for the defuse of 100 Thieves on the pistol.
In the ways you see the team working together, you see Wingman allow them to do whatever they need to do off the spike. Every crosshair was aimed at the backside of A, and they were able to take down Lev. Very, very big round there for 100 Thieves. This push-up, absolutely clutch for Bustio. Rest of the team firing us over his shoulders to make it happen.
That's the thing. You never see him look back towards the top. He trusts his teammates in that situation. He knows what he has to do. With the recon dart, focus on the ground, has his teammates to watch his back, and it's been perfect for 100 Thieves for the retake in this pistol. Keeping the game close.
Turrets out. They're expecting a push here from 100 Thieves. Very correct. Leviatán predicts a bit of the pressure, but that's just going to be Tex giving that communication over to the 4 members of the Leviatán here to work the orb. See a little partial one-way created there by Bang at the end of the crate on B.
And for an early owl drone too for 100 Thieves, that path towards Boiler into the window as he didn't see anything. An orb came up, so now you're still trying to guess. Are they recrossing towards this B site? The number stayed up for a heavy mid to B for 100 Thieves. And now they go back to a 2-1-2 where all of Leviatán are pushing towards the A site and only really have this weapon right here, the Outlaw, to try to hold that push. Recon dart on the defense. And EU lands 2 there from the left side of 410 on the top of that balcony. Answered back by Tex with that Sheriff. There's that push forward, but the Outlaw shot misses. But the second one will connect at least. 3 versus 1, Calm falls back, and with no spike. I've seen these before. There's only 20 seconds left, so you're gonna hold W no matter what. It's gonna get hurt, and even with the alarm bot to confirm it. So we're not gonna see it again. Bustio with the headshot, and 100 Thieves tie the game.
That Guardian picked up as well. Oh no! Your friends.
Enemies in the server, of course.
Oh my gosh, of course. The crowd ready to see more. A bonus now is can 100 Thieves carry this over? The Outlaw stays. We'll watch this replay once again. There were 2 fast ones from EU in the beginning. And we have the final kills coming out over Bustio on the Calm. But yeah, EU able to just thwart exactly what Lev wanted on the walk up from Aspas. As well as Tex. And it was pretty much over from there. Could be a push here from 100 Thieves on B if they don't. No, they're going to back up and come straight towards A with no noise happening yet.
Here.
Seems like the rotations happen a lot faster now, at least towards mid, so people can lean towards the site on the new icebox. It's like no noise right away, play in the middle of the map.
Yeah, especially when you have so much util already, though, from what you have set up on the A site. Alarm bot puts up the wall, Tex looking for that push on middle. Boosie gets denied right away.
B is the right call. Spike's not there, though. Oh, they're going to back off. It's super slow here from Leviatán. They're trying to calculate everything. Being able to break apart from this 7-7 and at least give 100 Thieves a little bit more money trouble after this is exactly what they want. Going for the for sure strat, it's Aspas on the front line. They have yet to get in the sight with the spike, so that means 100 Thieves is setting up here.
I think Bang instantly put the wall down so he could actually bring it back up once they're all grouped together and ready to re-hit. After this, High Tide comes down and the plant attempt. There is that utility coming through for 100 Thieves. Dizzy hitting a few. Disadvantage would make that a 3 versus 3 after Kryle hits that shot with the Outlaw into Mazzino. But Leviatán, they don't want to play the pulse plant. It's not planted for a pulse plant play. So all of them sticking within the site. Players are low on both ends. Advantage still for 100 Thieves as Aspas is holding the top of the A tower. Wingman being thrown forward. As Aspas hears all of these footsteps. Last one to go. Lands that one with the Guardian. And he's just playing the time in his favor. Crowd jumping up. Aspas dodges it away. Runs back towards the screen. Crowd now sticking on the spike for now. It's at halfway. There is that swing on down from Aspas. Denied for Cryo. And they'll get the defuse and 100 Thieves take the lead now on Icebox.
Cryo not being tricked out. Beautiful movement from Aspas there to get himself to safety, but Cryo gets it to half, plays the pressure game, and pulls back up for the 1v1. Gathering back in this site after that harbor wall went down was incredible here by 100 Thieves. It did not look like they had a safe way in with almost all eyes of Leviatán on those entries. Still made it happen. There it is, 8-7. Now they get their bonus. The crowd's still very much behind 100 Thieves, and we're going to see what they can do now with this buy round. Sheriffs across the board for Leviatán. EU focuses the Hunter's Fury, and we'll have it up now.
And they want to go quick. The Olive Drone, and that's the way. Nice shot by Cryo. You can definitely see it here from Leviatán and what we've seen at least from the harbor. The High Tide to try to scale up as if it was like a prolonged B or something. But, well, let's hold that thought. It should have been over by now, but Aspas opens up 2 with the Sheriff and upgrades to a Phantom. Now gets hit by a Dizzy, but does have a leer. It does get the swing onto Boostio. Instantly it comes down to EU alone. Now just got spotted on the right side of the B site. Calm moving forward with the shock darts. Tap on the spike to try to swing out EU once again. He does manage to get the hit onto King, but okay. This is gonna be expensive now for 100 Thieves in the next round.
A Thrifty? After all this, it seems like it takes 100 Thieves so much to get back in the site, so much to take things away from Lev, and then just Aspas running through the Sheriff. His big iron on his hip comes through, takes down the majority of what's going on in B for the side of 100 Thieves, and then didn't even have to use the Empress, even though he picks up a Phantom, just feels comfortable to roll through the round. Now 18-10 out there. 3 ultimates ready for the side of Leviatán. Still that ultimate from Calm not needing to be used as we saw it picked up.
Comes down to an important play for Cryo with the Blade Storm. EU just trying to sacrifice his life to try to get the Orb and potentially just die to it because they want to just cycle potentially a quick Hunter's Fury ASAP.
I like the mid pressure. At least being able to separate the teams, but I don't know if he's going to look for Tex here on the top side.
And Tex, if he's smart, he doesn't want to recross. He just wants to watch that angle, but he's actually walking towards that. Meanwhile, though, tried to get an aggressive push towards jail. Players are falling down. Bang. 1 for his troubles. And Astina now wants the highlight reel, and he gets blinded right away by Lear. An easy assist from Aspas for Tex to get the kill and for Leviatán to regain the lead.
A little bit of back and forth. 4 ults ready. They were able to just run through that one. Man, this is kind of what it looked like for Lev as we were going through bind here. They were coming towards the end of the map with all these ultimates ready, able to just close out the game. And watch this replay here. Get Viper's Bite to get the first blood on the round, and they continue to run after that. Something's got to come up for 100 Thieves, and it looks like it's going to be a big spend. Operator coming out for Cryo to see if they can shut down the aggression, but it's at the wrong site right now.
Exactly, and even for Leviatán, they have 4 ults to work with, so if this denies a retake attempt by 100 Thieves and they lose the ops, this is going to be looking very difficult for 100 Thieves in the following after. A great positioning so far. They have the right read for 100 Thieves that the hits coming towards the A site, but the Reckoning is dispersing them away. Even the 100 Fury forcing them to play the retake, and even as it hits 2 with the 100 Fury. Tom's been on point with his ultimate so far on this Sova. Dude, everybody's dying, even the ops down. He only had to use 2 out of those 4 ults. Wow. Wow.
Incredible. It feels like in some of these rounds, it feels like 100 Thieves isn't even getting to play. With when Calm has an ultimate, Aspas is throwing the Leers, Mazzino's use Reckoning, you put your hands up and be like, okay, fine, I get it. It's basically what 100 Thieves is going through in these rounds when Leviatán has all these ultimates. Impossible stuff to come out of. Another
Right
one.
timing. It's a nice timing, right? You have the 100 Fury timed out with the edge of the Reckoning. Just, you know you're going to catch some players trying to rotate back. And 100 Thieves, we talked about an expensive round that they spent before. Almost felt like they weren't even be able to shoot a single shot.
No.
And then they lose everything, so that's unfortunate.
Run.
And that
Lockdown.
not even brought into play for Leviatán either. Lockdown comes in. So is it a Reckoning to completely split the site last time. Now a Lockdown. Free A 2 rounds in a row. It's about the post plan again. 100 Thieves come up with a thrifty of their own is the question.
Leviatán's playing it safe, covering the spike with a Viper's Pit, courtesy of King, who's playing on the top of the 410. And as they're playing on the top of the screen, jumping up from the A tower, Aspas manages to pick 1 and get some damage done onto Bang. At this point, you're looking for exits. You know it's pretty much grim here to get the defuse. You want to get some more cool. Oh, that's Aspas just dancing around. He's KZing around the map. As Cryo finally gets a little bit of damage done, but okay, a little bit. And finally, Aspas stops it. Dude, he is feeling it right now. This Aspas superstar.
I think we definitely said this in previous times was Asana's playground. But this is like a jungle gym for Aspas. What is this?
Or any arena at this point.
Yeah, seriously. Back and forth to dismiss off of this. I was actually unsure he could make this jump back onto the box. Oh my god. Onto 410, and then he jumps back off. Whatever.
They are definitely having fun. So the comms are not difficult here for Leviatán. But there is definitely difficulty to play against Calm of Leviatán with how he's running these ults for Leviatán against 100 Thieves. And yeah, it's a much needed timeout at this point.
There's a few things that are true in life. Death, taxes, Aspas fragging, and leaning back during a timeout. He is so calm right now. Goes back into the lean mode as they are up 3 rounds. After a back and forth second half to start here, it is just going to be 4 rounds in a row for the side of Leviatán to bring it to 11-8. So what's the answer? Cryo back with an operator. They're going to go towards A. That's just where the love from Leviatán has been going, so they predict it to happen again. And this time they're on the ball. Oh, wait a minute. Of course, Lev start to move. Cryo just wants to get a shot down the scope on this operator. Last time it got snuffed out immediately, and they have the ultimates to react to what Lev does here, especially for a retake with that lockdown. This should be 100 Thieves round.
That's what a silver lining you have for 100 Thieves is with their pressure they're adding towards this A site. Leviatán doesn't have any ults to work with to push them back, except for this recon dart. Doesn't get shot off. Cryo couldn't stay posted in that position and try to catch some players off guard, and because of that ping, all 3 players are falling back to an open to leave the site open.
Quick clear through tube. It's going to be a 4-1 kind of, or 2-2-1. They're leaving Cryo a little bit on his own here as they rotate in and out of sight, expecting the op to get that long peek. But it's going to come up to Bang. Explosion on the site, or maybe a little noise from King, and that call could make some rotations if they misread. Man, Lev is all over the map right now. This could get weird.
It'll come down to timing at this point. There's 45 seconds left. You definitely have enough time to go for rotate back if they want to. It starts off with util being used, and there's that push. There's a timing through kitchen as well. That's Tex moving forward. Thrash being used on a defense. It's going to be difficult to retake. At least Tex gets denied entry in the B site. Bang does the same onto King. And the lockdown on defense to even run that clock down. Both players inching now towards that B side, forced to play the corner, and thankfully for them, there's no util being thrown in that corner. So stay alive, and it's up to Mazzino with the backstab. Hit to come out, really good so far now. Oh no! A shotgun to drop it, 8 seconds left, Mazzino with the backstab. Now at 4, the attempt, Mazzino to support. A knock jumping across, deniability from Cryo to save that round for 100 Thieves.
He got his shot. Got a few of them there, one to count and the one that matters. They are able to make sure that operator comes through into the next round. And that is gonna time out. Coming down to the wire. How else can it happen at this point in the last map of the series? Asuna able to pick up that last frag as well. We'll have another full buy coming in. Bang actually goes Bulldog Guardian. Can't decide. He's gonna stick with the Bulldog to go for more shots in those close fights that the Leviatán has been approaching. And again, cascade up. Looks like they're gonna actually get themselves pretty far up here on A, but that doesn't mean they're going A. Lev has switched sites multiple times now. Will they be able to push through now? Asuna and Cryo in mid.
That's right. Change of position, at least on a defense for 100 Thieves. Now you can post up the op to prevent the rotate from the A towards that B site. Comes down to how much can you hold for 100 Thieves now as a hit comes in for Leviatán. Shock darts to try to clear out some area, clear that push out from the defense. Alan Joe on the ping 1, Dizzy thrown towards the air. All this deniability being used will potentially force a second cycle of Leviatán towards the A site.
And Mazzino grabbing the Reckoning there, or close to the Reckoning, 1 away. So that could be a very big focus for them to get back in. Spikes in his hands. They're ready to use that and control this.
Here's the thing, Tex could be telling his teammates, hey, I actually have it timing towards this B site. Do we want to rotate back to hit this area? And you could see maybe Viper. King is starting to slowly walk back.
Calm.
Doesn't have an owl drone. So this is an opportunity for Cryo to get this position at the bottom. Oh,
Super
pesky
smart.
cascade. And he'll hear the rotate, but does not. Tex does not get the timing for the backstab onto Cryo. This gives a chance here for to still be in a great position with 15 seconds left. He's gonna have to play the Hail Mary here with 13 left. Might try to go for a shot and dash away. Does land out the King. Meanwhile, though, the plant has come down, and here comes the push from Bang to support. Another one to fall, Reckoning out on the pulse plant. Calm with the Hunter's Fury, playing 4 back on the outside at Long B. Recon Dart to get the ping onto Asuna. 4 players, 100 Thieves pushing forward. The tap on that spike to start. The first lean forward, the headshot to Asuna. And because his teammate fell down, probably won't go for the Hunter's Fury. There's that tap, and 3 players to greet them. Cryo Cells has been the superstar for that round.
Heating up on that op. Finally getting what he needs. All right. 11-10. What a retake there as well. And I think the read came in. Now as Leviatán calls an op, timeout rather, an op. Yeah, Cryo's got the op. It's just on my brain at the moment. An orb was grabbed. I'm pretty sure they just read that's Mazzino's orb grab. They're looking for Reckoning again. They've been being so forceful off of rounds when Leviatán has ults. 100 Thieves read that really well. I think Boostio, sorry, not Boostio, Asuna. I keep thinking he's still on Gecko. Asuna.
It's the hair, man.
I got it, seriously. Able to throw up that Gecko. Dizzy, let them know, yeah, someone was there. It's the orb grab. Wait, they're going to try to plant for Reckoning. And as good as it was from Lev to actually get that strat out, 100 Thieves was ready to tone it down and take it out. So now, 11-10, 100 Thieves ready to tie this one right back up. Economy's not flexing too hard for the side of the Leviatán. If I look at it right now, they should be decent to come off with another bye if they lose this round. So 100 Thieves has a bit of an uphill battle here to go through that economy, plus a few of the ultimates that they're looking at on the side of Lev. They have a couple of their own, almost mirrored in these ults. The Duelists have it, and Hunter's Fury on the board. All right. A-strat split again. Tex is going to be that lurker. He's been so good at kind of relaying information around, gaining space that 100 Thieves has left within the middle of this round. Is it going to be enough, though? Over-under on Hunter's Fury right away. So I feel like we've been seeing that off the rip so much from Calm here. As soon as the team's ready, Hunter's Fury towards screen over and over, and the team is free to take the site. They may deploy that here again, as A is the focus, and just a little bit of a lurk by King.
Just want to stay silent this time for Leviatán. And as they push the cascade forward, there was actually no snakebite or shock darts either. So maybe a fake conditioning until that Allen drone actually spots the position of Mazzino. So they probably know here. They probably have an inkling for 100 Thieves now that this was a fake conditioning, that the hit was still going to come for Leviatán towards the A site. Nice little dizzy. They were trying to swing out of that. Mosh towards the ground as the push comes forward from Asuna. Nicely done, and there's that rotate instant from 100 Thieves towards the A site. Hunter's Fury being thrown out now to try to delay that plant, but it gets planted down right away. Attackers Hunter's Fury at the same time. Mazzino at the top of the ropes. The drop two, turns around, stopped by Cryo with the operator. Advantage for 100 Thieves as they're still trying to move within the site. Clearing it close range with the operator. Com has a shock dart lineup as well as a recon. There's that first shock dart, but it misses. Texto is still there for the support at 1 HP to get 2 headshots. Up to Bang alone. ADSing the wide swing to block the swing out and put lead at series point.
What a drop peek! Water falls off the ledge just for the extra peek from Com. Tex absolutely eagle-eyeing those shots from the Vandal on that one to help the round and bring it into Lev's favor. 100 Thieves again employing this mid-push strat. We've seen Cryo and Asuna almost there every round. They finally get the kill. It doesn't matter, Lev was in sight, they were setting up, and man, it came down to the wire, but all you need is for it to fall on your side, and Leviatán make the shots count to get that result. 12-10. Possibly game point here as Asuna tries to get the
Baiting the orb updraft over the cascade to land some daggers in the chest of Aspas. Key player down for Leviatán as the daggers have been refreshed. Of course, this is a broken buy that you have for 100 Thieves. Leviatán instantly pivoting towards the B site.
Away they go. The 5v4 conversion here to happen for 100 Thieves and Leviatán. They're about to just get right into the firing range of Boostio.
Recalled on the orb, the timing on that one, triple swing out, surprise, surprise! 100 Thieves close down the lead of Leviatán, and it's gonna get decided in this final round of regulation.
All right, the money is low, but Com does have 8,000 credits at this point. So we're gonna see some weapons drop. It may not be great armor around the board, but quick movement, great pressure plays. 100 Thieves even trying to regain this position. If they're not there, right, they're able to secure A little bit more. So they're trying to stay active. We said it at the beginning of the series, 100 Thieves love to be active. They want to grab in from you all the time and use it against you. Possible OT coming in here. 100 Thieves need to make this count.
Time for Leviatán, never broken by. Early outro now from Com. Gets shot down right away, and Cryo is the one that shot it. So Cloudburst fakes that he's pulling back. Leviatán working towards the A site.
Mid dizzy already. See Asuna trying to get that space.
Boostio on the top. That's Tex to fall, and the rest of Leviatán noticing the pressure. Commits war plant in A.
One frag to Boostio gets locked down. Is there enough time though? Thrash is there.
Will help as a Thrash to get something. It's knocked down right away. Dizzy being thrown. Hit Cove also being thrown out from screens. Aspas getting the kill from the assist here of a recon dart, getting some information. 100 Thieves coming back within the site. Lockdown is available, but it's too late to use. We're just going for another battle. Lockdown just got put. Bangs on the flank. Cannot get caught. Caught gets the kill, and Leviatán closes the series.
And what a series from both teams. Bind Leviatán in the driver's seat with 100 Thieves showing signs of life. Split 100 Thieves. It felt like a home ground for them. They run over Split as our second map, and here on Icebox, they throw haymaker after haymaker, Sova alt after Sova alt to be collecting these rounds. Fantastic play coming out of Leviatán to finally secure the win. Aspas again on top, brings Reyna into the box, comes out with 4 first bloods, and on top again for his team.
Can I also say that I love that we played Icebox and there was not a single Sage? I like that we're seeing some differences right now on how we approach this map, how we approach the play on Icebox, and yeah, definitely should be very proud now, Leviatán, with the results that you've gotten. But, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Talked about it before the game started. You had a champion in Aspas that joins the roster, a champion in Com that also joins the roster, and on the other end, 2 champions, and they made it this close in the final match.
It was a slugfest, honestly, between these two. And maybe questions were answered for some. The communication seemed clean. The way the team worked together and off of each other seemed clean. And it definitely looks like the team that has a way to go before there's even a ceiling. I cannot wait to see what Lev and 100 Thieves both bring to the table growing this season.
And one of those things, I just love what happened. I got to highlight it again. I think it was that round number 23 where they actually pushed forward, recalling the orb, and then catching players of Leviatán in the Owl Drone, giving a little bit of a taste of Leviatán's own medicine that they gave towards 100 Thieves on Vine. So to see that these players are developing in terms of those fundamentals to work together in Flood, be more aggressive, be more assertive, and not play more reactive as the old 100 Thieves, I think this still shows a little bit of hope right now and faith for 100 Thieves moving forward in Group A.
It does. It does. We look back as well at the Brimstone for Cryo, his first controller Brim there in a game. But then on Jet, that's a stark difference, right? There's going to be comfortability coming in for Cryo on that Brim on controller in the future. So right now we're going to send it down to Elizabeth. She's down on stage standing by with text for the Verizon post-match interview.
Thank you so much, Vans and Riv. Can we give it up for Tex? What a beautiful debut on this stage from Leviatán. Simple question, but a necessary one. How are you feeling after that amazing debut?
Feels good to play your first game on stage and win.
Yes. And something I know, I was looking back at your social media, a little bit stalkerish, but you said earlier that like, my time at the guard is over and I'm looking for a team to be a Sentinel on. I talked to GoKid earlier and he said you and Comp just like really fit the vibe of Leviatán. Why did you pick Leviatán?
Honestly, I tried out for them, and even after the first tryout, I could tell the chemistry is just insane. We had so much fun the first tryout. They played from Chile and Argentina. We were lagging, but we were still having fun. We still had an insane scrim day, and I knew that I saw the talent they had at that moment, and I just had to go Lev.
Gotta go Lev, and it worked out sincerely, right? Something I want to ask you is map 2 did not go in your direction, in fact, the quite opposite direction. What was the conversation after map 2 to bring it back on map 3?
Just forget about map 2. We sat down and we said, are we playing split now after we lost? We just forgot it happened and we had to lock in. I mean, sometimes things don't go your way. They had some good strats, and I mean, you just can't let it get to you. You just got to pretend like it's a new game.
Yes, but you weren't playing split. You were playing the new Icebox, and you brought out the Reyna. Well, you didn't. Aspas brought out the Reyna on Icebox. What were we cooking? What was that about?
I don't know. We were just picking comps, and Aspas said, I want to play Reyna. And we said, all right. That's all it took. That's all it took.
That's all it took? So if he's like, I want to play like Chamber, you're like, sure, yeah, got it?
Well, I wish, but no. Unfortunately, only him. Only he gets the pass.
Only him? All right. Something else I want to ask you is you'll be facing Loud next. Thoughts? Anything you would like to say to them? Or just, we'll deal with that when we get there?
Just know that we might have not had a great showing today, but this was our first game on stage, and my team will be coming full force next game, so be scared.
Be scared? Okay, why should they be scared of you?
Of me?
Oh, you or the team?
Just don't peek us. You better have some insane strats, but don't peek us.
Don't peek us. Okay, you said something in your tweet earlier about today's game saying trust the process. What did you mean by that?
I just know how hard we've been working every day. We improve every week. We set goals and we accomplish them. We destroy our goals every week. And it just feels nice to be on a team that's process-oriented and not result-oriented. I just want everyone to trust the process and know that we're going to win today.
Well, you did win today, and congratulations on that. Can we give it up for Tex one more time for an incredible showing? Congratulations, Tex. And we're going to throw it back to wrap up the day. Back to the analyst desk. Friends, take it away.
Thank you very much. I am here with the victorious Calm, and we're going to take a look at a round where you kind of owned with the Sova ult here. So I want to ask you mainly the start of this round. Instead of going for the default Sova dart that lands up here and scouts out, sees if there's any early aggression, you decide to go for the drone. Why is that?
It's just easier, like, from that spot to kind of get an ult and kill. I think a lot of Sovas honestly do it. It's pretty common, and then, yeah, I just just thought it was a safer option.
Yeah, so in the round, they end up not actually pushing through the wall or anything. Here, I'll speed this up. Don't need to see this nonsense. Get on through that. But are you looking also, because it looks like it can peek right over this harbor wall, which is pretty nice to make sure no one's actually inside of the nest up there. And then once you don't get the tag, team sort of freezes for a second, because you have three really gigantic ultimates here: Harbor, KJ, plus the Sova. Yeah. And then you're looking to, I assume, combo the start, look for the ult with the Harbor ult coming in?
Yeah, I mean, I was just calling it all together, like we do all our util together. And honestly, like, my teammates helped me a lot have success with the ult. I mean, Mazzino's all, I think, stunned like 1 or 2, and then the dart was pinging, and then all of a sudden I hit like 4. I don't know what really happened after that, but yeah, overall, honestly, I owe it to my teammates to help me have success with my ult.
Sure. Were you looking too? I saw a few times there were moments where you comboed the dart with like the Rainalier coming out, which is really hard, like multiple things to shoot. Is that another thing you were thinking about a lot?
Yeah, I think that's something we kind of brought from like old EG. Obviously, it's pretty common now, but just like comboing those things and, you know, just kind of flooding together and making sure we're all like on the same page.
Yeah, and I mean, as it plays out, it is just nasty. You've got the multi-stuns like we talked about. You're all waiting. What's the go button here that you decide to actually commit that play?
Without giving too much, ask Bass go kill.
All right, that's reasonable. Yeah, because I've seen here just in terms of utility, Harbor Wall, the ult, the Rainalier in there too, absolutely everything. It is so clean. So then, of course, you have to get the 2K. Absolutely love that. Yeah, 2 dart tags. And, oh, actually, you get the double right on that one. Absolutely love it. But then, this is a signature moment. So there's a big decision to be made here. It's 5 versus 2. What prompts the flank?
Honestly, it's just feeling. I know Boosty he's probably saying, like, Calm's probably gonna flank. You know, he knows me very well. But it's all off of, like, feeling, like, how I feel the round's gonna play out, what would be the most ideal spot to, you know, get my team a W on the board. Yeah, just everyone knows it for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're doing it up against Boosty. I feel like he's got to be expecting it, but I guess 5v2 doesn't really matter.
Yep.
Yeah, anyways, that was a sweet round. Let's go ahead and walk over here. I'm gonna need you not to flank.
Yeah.
So just go straight there.
I'm gonna flank you, bro.
Yeah, no flanking. Otherwise, the camera can't catch you, man. You know, just right here, right next to me, Papo. Oh, man. Well, Calm, good to see you. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
All right, first and foremost, I want to be completely transparent with you. We had a prediction segment, okay? I picked 100 Thieves because they all went with left. They all went with left. I was just trying to balance it out. I was trying to balance it out. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be a good friend.
What a nice guy.
But, you know, one, great to talk to you. Awesome to see you in this jersey. I'm sure that's not the jersey you thought you'd be wearing going into the season. I don't know the story fully. I'm sure you told the story a million times, but how did this come to fruition? How did Calm Leviatán happen?
I mean, overall this offseason, I think it's probably one of the most grueling off seasons for me, at least. I feel like I went through like a lot of things mentally. Yep. And I don't know, I went 4 months without scrimming, and you know, for me, I'm just like, I just want to play, man. Like at the end of the day, we went from 0 to hero last season, and now like I just wanted to show it again. And obviously, Lev contacted me, and you know, we worked out the details, and now I'm here.
So that was just an after the fact thing, like all this stuff have happened. Then Lev hits you up, and was there a tryout, or was it just like you guys, like just to see if you guys like blended together really well, or did you just?
I would say early in the offseason, whenever we got certain news, I ended up trying out for multiple teams, whatever. And I ended up liking those guys a lot. I liked how they played.
What was it about them? Yeah.
I just like the culture, man. Like everything to do, like only King and Mazzino when I was trying out was there. And both of those guys are just like very genuine, want to learn, you know, like I think that's something like I can build off of. And honestly, like in old EG, I would also mid-round a good amount as well. And people don't know that. And
so you're finding you're doing that here as well?
Yeah, I'm doing, I would say like I've kind of taken like the secondary IGL role. And, you know, me and King are just kind of like talking back and forth in rounds, how we feel the rounds should play out. And it's been really easy to work with them. And obviously our coach Goked too has been awesome.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Man. Before EG, you were primary IGLing too, right? On some of your previous teams back in the day?
Yeah.
So kind of staying in the swing with things.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, you mentioned the culture. What's it been like playing with this totally new team? Because you were together with that EG core for a very long time. Obviously, the roster shifted throughout, but this really seems like the first real like shift in your career in a long time where you're completely resetting. What was that like to go from a champion on top of the world with these boys you've been grinding with for so long to a complete reset?
Man, that's a tough question for me, honestly. Whenever like I first had the realization that we weren't going to be able to stay together as a team, honestly, like just super sad by that. But obviously the reset was like, I just want to be there again and I want to prove myself. I think there's been still a lot of doubt towards me, and that's okay. You know, like that's kind of how it's been like my whole career. And you know, like going.
It's crazy they still doubt you, considering you're a world freaking champion.
I mean, that's fine. I'm totally down with it. It gives me like more drive.
Does it fire you up?
Yeah. And Boosie is talking before a match. I love that.
Was he talking trash to you?
Oh, me and him in the back room are.
Oh hell yeah!
Going
Okay,
at each other?
good.
Was it weird playing against him?
I mean, if you looked at some of the stage cams, me and him were just going back and forth.
I noticed he kept getting up, but I was curious if he was looking at you and just trying to.
Whenever I got the bind pistol 2K and I 1D2 people, I went up, I looked up at him, I went, you know, like like I'm owning him, you know. But yeah, we also looked at the performance tab after, and I was up 5-4 on him, and he was like, "Oh, I can't believe you did that."
So, assuming you guys still have like a great relationship, all the players, but something that I think is very fun in this instance is you guys, you guys all went your separate ways except for Ethan and Demon One. So, who of you face Boosie now?
Yep.
You're gonna have maybe Jog down the line.
Yeah.
Ethan, Demon One. Of those, who are you looking forward to facing? Who you fear the most? I mean, I'm assuming I know the answer to this.
I don't fear anyone.
Never mind.
But I think honestly it's Ja, because Ja has been like my best friend through this whole game, and honestly him and I are super close. Like I call him like a brother to me. Like he's done a lot for me, and I just love that guy, honestly. So EG 100%.
That's awesome.
I like it. I do want to ask you on your read for the meta, but first, by the way, I'm looking at chat, so if you have any insightful questions, feel free to ask.
Only if they're insightful.
I'll pass them along. But I feel like the difference in sort of the comps you were seeing from yesterday to today was night and day. Like yesterday, it felt like we were in 2023 still. It was crazy. Today, it's Gecko every map. We're seeing Fade and Sova on split, which is wild. Do you feel like you and the rest of the team are like in front of the meta? Like, do you feel like that's what a lot of teams are eventually going to shift to, or is that more a unique style of Leviatán?
I think it's a mix, because I think everyone's still learning the meta right now. Like it's still all up in the air. Like you saw Loud today went Phoenix on Ascent, you know? And like
that was a thing.
It was crazy, you know. And then like I'm trying Sova on split. Obviously I made it work with Fracture, but I wanted to see if I could do a split. Not a great day.
So that was the reasoning? That was the reason why you guys went? Because we were like, oh man, they could be doing X, Y, and Z, but it was just like similar to the Reyna situation with Osbos.
Yeah.
Just like, can I see if this works?
Yeah, and it's been working, honestly. Okay. I think today, like, I guess we met our counter or something, but, you know, back to the drawing board on that, and we'll just see how it goes after that.
Cool.
What are your new teammates like, just as people? Because before you've pretty much been playing most of your career with the EG career, and you've always been playing with other NA players. Now you're going in and you're integrating with some guys who are from Latin America. You're going over with Ospas from Brazil. It's really the first time, besides like Sentinels last year, that we're seeing a real international roster being created in Americas. What's that been like?
I mean, at the start, I would say I was kind of worried about how the culture shift and all that stuff was going to kind of like happen. But honestly, they welcomed me in as like a family member, literally. Like I feel like I'm right back to like kind of the chemistry I had with EG as well.
Already, wow.
And yeah, I mean, I just enjoy all the guys. I love hanging out with them. You know, we go out to dinners and everything, and it's just awesome to talk to them.
What's the most fun story you have with your new team thus far?
Oh man, I've only been here for like a month.
Have they introduced you to any like Chilean food or anything like that?
Some. I know our CEO Fur like gave me like this little like caramel like chocolate thing, and it was like
was it alfajor? I think is the name of it. There's one in Peru that my wife eats. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. It does. So nothing sticks out like immediately, or it's just been like, or has it really just been? like just getting to know these guys? Has that been the fun part of this?
I would say like the thing that sticks out is whenever I start like saying like rambling things like "mang" and stuff like that.
The Jojimo accent coming in?
Yeah, I got that from Joe, 100%. But
That boy.
whenever I start saying stuff like that, they start catching on, and then it just becomes a big like team thing. So
That's good.
I think that's super cool. Like them just kind of like taking that after me. It's really like, honestly, I feel very nice about it, and yeah.
I'm really happy for you, man.
Thank you.
Seriously.
I
And
appreciate
you also deserve, you're an awesome person, firstly, but also you're a freaking world champion. So, you know, you deserve to surround yourself with champions. And I guess, real quick, any insightful questions?
I've got two of varying degrees of insight.
Okay.
One is, which team are you most afraid / excited to face this season or to challenge this season?
I think the most obvious answer is NRG. But honestly, like, a little bit of our next matchup against Loud, just because they're bringing like whole new comps, whole new ways to like react to things, and you really get to like kind of learn a new aspect of the game whenever you play against that. It's like playing against Paper X. Like you kind of learn and adapt in your own way.
Yeah.
So I think that's the most exciting because I think I'll learn the most from that match. And then obviously the NRG guys, like two of my past teammates, you know?
I love it. We've also got one here. It's not so much a question as someone named Jojimo
Oh, wow.
I don't know who that
says,
is.
I have heard of him
Mang
before.
what?
What, man? I
I
don't
think
even
the
know,
question was
man.
Mang what?
Mang what?
How would you
Mango?
reply?
I don't know.
That's a good answer.
That is a great answer. Okay, last one, just because I find this whole situation to be so utterly fascinating. You get the call that that Lev is going to bring you on board. You now have the realization that you're going to play alongside Aspas. Was that like a moment where you were like, yes? Or were you just kind of like, okay, let me not oversell this a little bit?
No, 100%. Like, it's awesome because, like, think about it. Like, I go from Demon 1, like, widely regarded as, like, the best player in the world to the other best player in the world, you know? Like, both of them are just so insane.
The first best player in the world, and then you had...
I'm not saying.
There's like, who knows, right?
But no, Aspas has been honestly insane to work with. Like, I always ask his ideas because I think it's really cool. Like, we have him 2022 champion, then me 2023 champion, and kind of bounce ideas off each other too.
Wild. Yeah.
No, he's a super awesome person. Like, I really enjoy like playing with him, and yeah, it's been awesome.
Do you think any of your teammates look at you differently after winning champions? Was there any do you think anyone had that moment with you that you did with Aspas going into the team?
I really don't know. I honestly, like, I always tell myself, like,
Does it even feel real at this point still? Like, are you used to that being a world champion?
I still, like, every single game feels like I'm playing like a championship game. So honestly, no, but
Yeah.
I just, I don't know. I every time I think about it, I'm like, damn, I really did that. You know?
Yeah, man. That's all. And
yeah.
recently engaged as well, right?
Yep.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Bro. Welcome to the club.
Bro keeps winning.
Bro keeps winning. All right, guys. Well, with Group B in the books, let's go ahead, take a look at the bracket right now and where we are currently, because we have some great matches lined up for all of you wonderful people. So, as we can see, we've got that one match that's going to be scheduled for tomorrow. It's going to be from Group C. And we're going to have the debut of G2. They're going to make their way to the stage here. They're going to face off against Crew. Thoughts on G2, Com?
I mean, I think they're one of the more experienced teams around. You know, like, they've been together for so long. They added Leaf. And honestly, I think they can have a good shot at it.
Yeah.
Who's winning that group?
I'm going with my boys at EG. I think they're gonna
you have
pull it
faith in
out.
that new
Yeah,
roster?
I do. I had the pleasure to scrim with all those guys for a little bit. I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people.
Okay.
Hey, and that seems to be the Potter special.
Yeah.
So not too shocked on that one. But there you guys see the matches that we're going to be checking out. But obviously, we do want to thank Com here. My brother, thank you so much for joining us as always. And of course, please tell Papa Com I'm very sorry yet again. he called me a fraud on the internet.
Oh, wow.
He said I was dead to him. That's
Your dad trash talks more than you. It's crazy.
I don't know how he does it. That's all energy.
The man's a trash-talking savant. In any case, so folks, thank you so much for joining us on what has been an excellent day of competition here at VCT Americas. We look forward to what's going to be coming tomorrow and, of course, throughout the rest of Kickoff. We'll see you right here, same place, same time. And we, of course, thank you so much for joining us. Catch you then.
Thank you, Colin.
Thanks, brother.
Appreciate it.
out of nowhere. Players are quickly approaching position, and all it takes is that. Loud take it 2-0.
I love that he just goes for everything, and he's himself.
And so fast. I'm not gonna lie.
Fires and Thrash comes out for bang.
The assist from the Thrash was. Towards yellow, but it's up the ground right here at the bottom of the B side, jumping up.